the barrier of entry was low in 2020 to 2022.
It was.
That's why so many
Yeah.
people got hired.
What happened to all those black women in tech videos? Are y'all not working in tech anymore? I swear y'all was up and down my For You page showing me how much y'all make, how y'all just be at home in pajamas, making bank, how y'all off work for a holiday and still got paid. Y'all not what happened, babe? Do y'all still work at these jobs? And don't get me started on the ones that was doing resume writing and the ones who created courses trying to show y'all how to break into tech. Where y'all at?
Like that video for her blew up and got crazy and very contentious. And I think, what did I say on that video? I'm not going to share it, but let me see if I can find my comment on that video, because I don't know if did I like it or not.
I'll tell you exactly where they at.
Where they at?
They is still in tech and they are being quiet because they want to keep their jobs. I think when that, what do we call that moment? When that moment was a moment, when people started realizing the implications of all of that oversharing, people definitely pulled back significantly on what it is that they share and record, whether they're working or in the office.
Yeah, for sure. So one of my friends, I cannot think of her name right now. Now I have her number and everything. She was dope on here back in the day. She says, the nicest answer I can give you, we are still here. The tougher answer is, even if you're not in tech, many other jobs are being automated, outsourced, or AI can deliver. So many entry-level jobs have disappeared. The people that's still trying to put y'all on, they are considered scammers. The people that tell y'all the truth, y'all don't want it. Ask where the creators who say you don't need Ask where the creators who say you don't need an education. The bar to set the AI table is often a master's and have to be in a PhD program. So now y'all stuck with influencers who can't get a job either. But loud, clear talking people, money. Morgan Psych MP. I don't have a big platform. I can still clear a room. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, her name is, I cannot think of her name. She's dope though. She was supposed to come on the show. I need to actually check on her and see whenever she want to come on.
But what do you think?
Phantom Marie. Has been on the show. She said, "We here. I'm just growing in my role, so I can't post as much anymore, and it breaks my heart." And so my comment was, a lot of it stopped because RTO and people started hating on the tech women. And the girl was like, I'm sorry, the woman. No offense if you see this. I'll actually tag the creator in this video as well. I definitely experienced hate from the lead when I was in tech sales. And I said, and I think some people realize they might have overshared some aspects of their day in the life. As for the coaching stuff, I'm still here. And Jamal and
I didn't even see necessarily a lot of people like, this is what I'm talking about in this meeting per se, but I think that even just showing too much, even though it still wasn't a lot, became too much. You got the HR, you got companies sending out reminders about their social media policies and stuff like that. So, like for example, you don't see people who work at Apple online ever
yeah. Well,
talking about a day
you
in a
probably
life.
wouldn't. So here's the thing, and this is one of the things that I used to tell the people that are new to the space. A lot of the people at the time when the pandemic happened, I had already been in, what's this, like 2012 or whatever. When I started posting in 2020, even my day in the life was a real day in the life. It wasn't me doing stuff. Granted, at that time, I had a lot of flexibility in my role where I could say, hey, I'm going to go get a haircut, or yo, on my lunch, I'm going to go get a massage. I may be back a little later. I wasn't showing none of that. I actually, my day in the life, if we pull up my day in the life on YouTube right now, you'll see the comments saying, hey, thank you for showing us, like, yo, what you actually doing versus brushing your teeth, going to get a latte, all the stuff. So all the things, like, first I was making people envious of them, was one, acting like they weren't doing any work. And that made people hot. Two, showing too much. They were showing where they work, the companies, all that. Like, even when I did like 2 walkthroughs, if people can go back and find them, when I was working for Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, I did my day in the life, but it was really just showcasing like the new place that I worked at. And I didn't show too much then. Like, you really didn't know who I worked for unless you just possibly knew the building and just knew like my LinkedIn or whatever. And that's another reason Two, why I have my current employer always private while I make content like this, because I know I say whether how I feel outlandish. I don't ever want anybody to say like, "Hey, I'm speaking on behalf of the company." I'm not. These are my thoughts, because people they do that. They look for where people work at. They try to get you like rolled up and fired, and nobody got tired of it. And honestly, a lot of them had just got in and they really wasn't working in tech. A lot of the people who had just got in, they did figure out ways how to finesse and show other people how to get in, because the barrier entry was low in 2020 to 2022.
It was.
That's why so many
Yeah.
people got hired. And that's why after that, some of those people, a lot of people got fired because a lot of them weren't doing work. That's something that Tavion and I talked about on the episode. I forgot what it was. My second in-person episode. It was like a lot of people were not doing work. You even had a lot of people that were hired at the Metas, the Facebooks, the Apples, say, "Hey, we weren't working. We just got hired, so their competitors wouldn't hire them." So it's a combination of things, and people are back in the office. So it's just that. But so these freaking headphones, whenever you press the top, it'll start playing whatever you stop last playing. So it'll be playing in my ear. But no, I don't know. I think it was cool. They were getting mad. One person was like, "Well, black people have been, laid off the most, yada yada yada," which is true. I think from a statistics standpoint, I think they have. But yeah, I think everybody just laying low, minding their business. A lot of people meant to do well. It was people that meant to do well by showing what they did, and then there were the people who once just throw it in your face like, "Aha, brokies, y'all got to go in the office. I'm getting my pedicure and I'm working." Like most people who did post stuff like
Yeah.
that, it was on a story. It wasn't a whole TikTok video.
I think that it was a cursing and a bless. It was a blessing. I think it was a blessing because depending on who you were following and watching, you may have gotten a more realistic understanding of what this role entails, like what type of meetings that they're having and things like that. But then, like you said, you had like the flexers and the people who weren't maybe as humble